Hey y'all, what's going on, man? This is your brother. This is Vincent, man, from the tribe of Judah, the kingdom of Judah. All praise to the Most High God, man. How many of y'all out there enduring until the end? How many of y'all out there is glorifying in your tribulation, right? Because at the end, it's the Most High who's gonna bless you. The Most High loves blessing His children. When you can go through things, and when you can be able to uh, uh, give the Lord all the praise within that, all praise to the Most High God, man. There's a reward at the end for it, and you just pray for your enemies. That's all. You pray for your enemies, but you always stay close to the Lord. So how many of y'all out there is glorifying in your tribulation, staying close to the Most High God, the Creator of heaven and earth? No matter what. The scriptures say we endure hardship as a good soldier of Jesus Christ, right? You know what I'm saying? So all praises to the Most High God, man. You know what I'm saying? Because no matter what goes on, um, and in my life, and y'all gotta, and I hope that this will help out a lot of other people who is going through tribulations. No matter what's going on in your life, guess what? It's the Most High God, man. You see what I'm saying? That's the Most High God. Like that's all you need to think about. That's who all you need to cleave to. You see what I'm saying? Because because whatever they do to you, guess what? They did it to the Lord. They did it to the Most High God. They can't call themselves people of God and good people and nice people when they constantly attack a person of God, no matter how much they don't like that person, because of what they think that they see in a person, or whatever envy and jealousy that they see in a person. Jealousy. Jealousy brings envy, and envy brings strife. Strife brings hatred. You understand? And the more that builds up in a person, a person sooner or later becomes a murderer. They try to murder that person. Think about Cain and Abel. Cain and Abel, how Cain was so jealous of Abel, and how that jealousy and that envy stirred up so much, man. He wound up rising against his own brother, and killing his own brother. But we protected by the Lord, so ain't none of that gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? But it's just a edification conversation real quick, right? You know what I'm saying? So hey, y'all keep enduring until the end, no matter what Satan, what I'm saying, throw at you. Endure until the end. You know what I'm saying? Endure unto the end. The same shall be saved, whoever endure unto the end. So all praises to the Most High God, because the Most High God is great. The Most High God is good. And like he said, if they have, he said they done it to you, they done it to me, right? Hey, Passover Thursday. You know what I'm saying? Me and my wife, we're gonna celebrate the Passover, man. You know what I'm saying? All praise to the Most High God, man. I can't wait. Can't wait for the Passover. You know what I'm saying? The Passover is in the book of Exodus chapter 12 and 14. It says, "And this day shall be unto you for a memorial, and ye shall keep it a feast to the Lord throughout your generations. Ye shall keep it a feast by ordinance forever." So this is something that we do forever. That's what the Most High God said. You know what I'm saying? We do it forever. Why? Because the Passover is a memorial when the Lord had delivered my ancestors out of Egypt, out of hard bondage from the hand of the Egyptians and Pharaoh, right? So we keep this thing forever, right? Um, Exodus chapter 12, verse 26 and 27. "And it shall come to pass when your children shall say unto you, What mean ye by this service?" When our kids ask, what's the means of Passover? Then we break it down. We explain it to them the same way that the Lord explained it to us, right? So understanding the Passover, man, the meal, is four things that we need, in cooking for the Passover. And one is the bitter herbs, two is the unleavened bread, three is preparing the lamb, and four, that good old grape wine, right? All praises. So, let's get a little insight on the bitter herbs. You know what I'm saying? What is the bitter herbs, and why bitter herbs is um represented? The bitter herbs, it represents the bitter bondage that our ancestors suffered in slavery and in Egypt. The bitter herbs also is an appetite stimulation, release of digestive enzymes from the pancreas, and the liver stimulation of the smooth muscle, and aid the liver in detoxification while increasing the flow of the bowel. All right. Regulation of secretion of pancre- uh, pancreatic hormones that regulate blood sugar, insulin, and stimulating mechanisms to repair the gut wall. All right, so them bitter herbs, man, you know what I'm saying? It represents that bondage, that bitter bondage that our ancestors had to suffer, you know what I'm saying, in Egypt before the Most High God delivered them out. And it also, hey man, it's really good for the body. You know what I'm saying? It does some real good for you, right? So here's a little list of some bitter herbs. You got some kale, you got some romaine, you got watercress, you got basil, you got bitter melon, you got broccoli, rabi, you got cilantro, you got dill, you got golden seal, horseradish, kale, milk thistles, parsley, sesame, uh, etc. Right? So for the sauce, we like to use like the salt and pepper and olive oil and lemon juice for dressing. You know, but all praise to the Most High God. Let's go in the book of Exodus. Um, we're gonna go in chapter 12, the book of Exodus, chapter 12, and it's like let's go over the Passover on how even preparing the lamb. When we prepare the lamb, we cook the lamb with fire. You know, we cook it with fire. You know, we roast it with fire. We don't boil it or we don't put it in the oven or anything like that. That's not traditional. Um, so Exodus chapter 12, it says, "And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying," and those my ancestors, it says, "This month shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year to you. Speak ye unto all the congregation of Israel, saying, In the 10th day of this month, they shall take to them every man a lamb according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for a house. And if the household be too little for the lamb, let him and his neighbor next unto his house take it according to the number of the souls. Every man according to his eating shall make your count for the lamb. Your lamb shall be without blemish, a male of the first year. Ye shall take it out from the sheep or from the goat, and ye shall keep it unto the 14th day of the same month, and the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill it in the evening." That's what Thursday is, the 14th, man. Passover coming. All praise to the Most High God. "And they shall take of the blood and strike it on the two side posts and on the upper door posts of the house, wherein they shall eat it. And they shall eat the flesh in that night, roast with fire and unleavened bread, and with bitter herbs they shall eat it." All praises. "Eat not of it raw, nor sodden," meaning boiled, "at all with water, but roast with fire, his head with his legs, and with the pertinence thereof. And ye shall let nothing of it remain until the morning, and that which remaineth of it until the morning ye shall burn with fire. And thus shall ye eat it with your loins girded, and shoes on your feet, and your staff in your hand, and ye shall eat it in haste. It is the Lord's Passover. For I will pass through the land of Egypt this night, and will smite all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both man and beast. And against all the gods of Egypt I will execute judgment. I am the Lord." All praise to the Most High God. So, hey, y'all keep striving, man. You know what I'm saying? Whether if you be Jew or Gentile, man, hey, enduring to the end, do what you got to do, you know what I'm saying, for your soul. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about these people out here, because the Lord is showing who's his and he's showing who's not his. You understand me? So greater is he that is in me than he that is in the world. Always remember that. All praise to the Most High God. Y'all sit back, relax, man. Grab some popcorn, man. And y'all go ahead on and enjoy the rest of this truth that I'm getting ready to show y'all. All praises to the Most High God. And y'all have a good one. Shalom.
I just asked them if they know that the black people are the real Jews. Do y'all know that?
Yeah, black people are the real Jews. Yeah.
So, because a lot, we don't know. They're not telling us.
No, because they use the.
If they know that the black people are the real Jews. Do y'all know that?
Yeah, black people are the real Jews. Yeah.
So, because a lot, we don't know. They're not
wash the whole thing down to make you believe that the blacks were, of no significance. So,
And where are you from?
I'm from India.
From India. See, I keep telling y'all, people overseas know who we are. I keep telling y'all, but y'all don't want to believe me. They don't want to believe me. Whatever.
All praise to the Most High God.
They changed his name plus his image too. So
They changed his name.
They
They made a whole characteristic. Now check this out. They even took away all the antiquity of the ancients and replaced them with European versions. They literally took away all the dark-skinned versions of all the apostles, the artwork, all the antiquity, and replaced it with European fair-skinned counterparts, changing the vision of Yeshua completely and giving him the face of Caesar Augustus. That's the guy that you see with kind of like the brown hair perm. This. We can even type in Abraham right now on Google and it would show all these European men. Now, we got to ask ourselves, why is that a problem? It's a problem because why is it popping up so much? When we know that, number one, they wouldn't even be close to European, but number two, they'd be more resembling of African people because everyone from the Fertile Crescent, beyond that, were black and brown people, black and brown people.
All praise to the Most High God.
Now, let me say something right quick. I think back on the African-American people in America. I think how that they were taken against their wills, put in the belly of ships, brought over here, beat, cussed. Many of them died in the guts of those ships, thrown overboard. They were pulled from families over there. You ain't never heard a gut-wrenching song. You hear a black person sing one of those old black Negro spirituals. Nobody knows. I can't sing it like that, see, because I hadn't experienced what they be. When you've experienced hell, it comes out of the voice. I said, when you experience hell, it comes out of the voice. If you're one of those people that you got problem with black people or whatever, you better shut your mouth. Because they're God's people. You better hear what I'm saying to you. You better shut your mouth. You better shut your white mouth. You better shut your white mouth. I'm not kidding you. I know some of you was raised in the deep south and you was raised by prejudiced people and bigoted people. You better get that out of your system. You better get it out of your system. It'll cause you to suffer. Right along with those masters. It'll cause you to suffer right along with them. These are God's people. And I know that there's wicked in white races and wicked in black races and all that. I'm not justifying none of that stuff. I'm just saying God knows what happened to the black race. He knows how they wound up over here. And God is going to reimburse the black people for all their trouble and all their labor. You watch what I tell you. Watch what I tell you.
All praise to the Most High God.
And actually, if you don't look up that word Swarthi, then you won't know that it actually means black. So now I showed how the ancient Egyptians were black. And also in Exodus 2:19, Moses was mistaken for an Egyptian. In Acts 21:38, Paul was mistaken for an Egyptian. So in order for these Israelites to be mistaken for black Egyptians, they themselves had to be black. And the Bible actually points out who all has a hand in this deception that's been going on from before the slave trade down to today. If you look in Psalms 83, we're going to read verses 3 through 8. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. Now this is where he's going to start listing these nations. The tabernacles of Edom, the Ishmaelites, Moab, the Hagarenes, Gebal, and Ammon, Amalek, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre. Asher also is joined with them. Now, if you notice, the very first one listed was Edom, Esau, or the so-called white man, the Ishmaelites, which are the Arabs, Moab and Ammon, which are the Chinese and Japanese, and then some of those other ones are African tribes. So, all these nations have taken crafty counsel to hide who the true Israelites are. And that's why the so-called white race here in America, they have no problem sending aid to Africa. They send billions of dollars to those Jewish people in Israel. They send billions to the Egyptians, the Libyans, all these nations, because they've all had a hand in this. They're all in it together. And I just wanted to get this out here because I cannot stress the importance of waking up to this truth. If you look around at all the things that are going on, all the flooding, the storms, all this stuff, these are all signs of the times that we live in. And like I said, I cannot stress the importance of waking up to this because the end is almost near. So I appreciate everybody for watching. Thank you.
All praise to the Most High God.
So the white man is enacting a story all over the world. We left our homes and flooded the world. We smothered culture. We smothered knowledge. We erased history and rewrote it our way. Myself, my grandfather is 100% Ashkenazi Jewish. Claiming to be Jewish, Ashkenazi Jewish is just a conspiracy. White men claiming to be of tribes of Israel when I'm Germanic. You know, I have no ties to Israel, no ties to Judaism. You know, it's a loosely written history that's been whitewashed over for centuries. And, you know, oh yeah, right. You wipe everything clean. It's funny how exactly the Renaissance is this rebirth, but it's white rebirth. I think at the same exact time the Renaissance is happening, Columbus is sailing to America and committing genocide. Dog milk. Go home. Bye-bye.
So asking us to tell black man you are the real Jew.
Good job. חרדים, חרדים, אחלה גברים שבעולם, לוקחים לחרדים. You're the real Jew.
Now, what I'm trying to say is that why from each white country this Jewish agency is trying to bring Jews, and when it's about Black Africa, they're going to Ethiopia, and this is where they stop. The only one place. Now, because of the same thing, they're trying to do the white supremacy here. They try to bring white guys here and to take the supremacy over Arabs, which are the local citizens, and over blacks, which are so far they're only the Ethiopian Jews. Now, what I'm trying also to say is that another question is why America needs Israel. There is no oil like in other Middle Eastern countries. There's nothing they can be attracted to. But why do they do all these things? Why do they invest money, bring white people and so on? When they build their system of white supremacy, just like in America they build in Israel. Why? And I can tell you why. Because the true Jews, according to the Bible, you can check it in the Bible, you can read Job 30:30 and some other places. They have never been white. They have been people of color. And they have not stopped in Ethiopia. They were in Ethiopia, Sudan, and they have settled in West Africa. From West Africa, they have been taken as slaves to America. Brothers and sisters, blacks of America, it's you. You are the true Hebrews. You're the true Hebrews from the Bible. America gonna do everything, gonna invest as much money as it has, gonna fight as much wars as they can, gonna invite as much weapons as they can just to hide this away from you. Gonna take Israel, gonna bring white people here and to tell you these are the Jews, gonna kill you, gonna kill Arabs, gonna mistreat white people like this guy, just to tell you this lie that you are nobody and we are the Jews with all the history and so on. It has been deleted, your history. You don't know who you are. Don't forget about it. This is why America has been taking your history away, never to find out that it's all about you. I'm telling you this, please. I don't ask you to come to Israel and to start a revolution. I'm just asking you to start thinking this way, to believe me a little bit, because I'm living in Israel and I'm part of this injustice. I really believe that people like me and you, we can bring the justice back. Thank you.
He's, of course, expanded on Margaret Sanger's approach to eugenics, right? Eugenics was a movement that was born in the United States under hard doctrines of racism with the intent of eliminating the tribe of Judah in the African-American community in this country. With the intent of eliminating the tribe of Judah in the African-American community in this country. Right, to eliminate them. That's why she formed Planned Parenthood, was specifically to kill African-American, Black Americans. That's why she did it.
Deuteronomy 28 and 43, talking about this particular curse here. I spent some time in the PD area of South Carolina last week, and I'll be there for the next couple of weeks on and off. There's a small town going out I-20 right outside of Florence, which is about an hour and a half away from the beach in traffic. So it's kind of close to the coast. But anyway, just kind of give you some geographical point of reference. The name of this little town is Timmonsville. Now, it's 77% Hebrew. When I say Hebrew, I'm talking about so-called black people, okay? Grow up. All right? Grow up. The Hebrews, the people who you call Jews, who were imposters in the earth today, those aren't Hebrew people. Those aren't Israelites. And those aren't Jews. They're not Judah. Okay? Those are Idumeans, those are Romans, and even their own scholars and their own encyclopedias say as much. Okay? The town of Timmonsville is very small, almost 80% Hebrew. Okay?
Jesus was black. He was born in Africa. It's in biblical and geologic history. The creator of the universe was black. Black Lives Matter.
In these days of sort of the great reveal, well, what brought me here was truth. What brought me here was truth, and that appetite for truth doesn't stop. It's an unquenchable appetite. So I will be still led down rabbit holes to this day, because that's my nature. That's who I am. And fortunately, these days, most of the rabbit holes I'm going down about learning the Bible, or learning about the Bible and how that manifests in the current day. That's something that I'm really, really interested in. So I've been learning about the 12 tribes of Israel, and what I said in my Christmas Day video when I was out at the park. There's who are the 12 tribes today, and it's all my research that I've been doing the last week or so. It's clear that they're Native Indians, the Haitians, the Cubans, the Asians, basically mostly black people. What I can see, there might be a tribe in Russia. I'm not.
That's what I was trying to take away.
Hi, how you doing? My name is Sean Brady, and
you got to keep researching. That's all.
To
but he on the right
all the teachers out there, all the spiritual leaders, and all of our leaders. And the question is, who are God's chosen people? And I want to know what your thoughts are, what you believe, what you can prove. See, I've been doing a lot of reading, and I'm starting to believe that God's chosen people are not the Jews, right? I'm starting to believe that the chosen people of the Lord's are the black race. They've been persecuted and kept in the dark a long time, so I'm hoping that you can answer that question and get back to me. I want to respond to Hood News. I think you're on the right track based on the things that I've been reading. I think that you really are on the right track, and I haven't been able to prove it yet, but there's certain passages in the Bible that refer to God's children as being black. One in particular is a song to Solomon, where it physically describes Solomon and the woman that supposedly loves him. So, and I think you're right. I think we need to teach everyone. I think that it's a shame what has happened. I think that the black race has been kept in the dark, been depleted and robbed of their wealth. I think that they've been robbed of their integrity, their self-esteem. I think that was all by design. I mean, after all, if you are God's chosen people, why would Satan want you to be intelligent? So, and this isn't to create controversy or anything like that. I'm trying to find out also. I'm trying to learn. So get back to me. Let me know.
It's no doubt that the African American people were some of the chosen people, the original Israelites. That's who these people are. Not all of them, but there's a bloodline within the African American race that is a chosen race, and it's the true Israelites. These were the true people that worship Jesus, things of that nature. And they took it, poisoned it, and they killed all their soldiers, and now they capitalize on the information that this people, the African race, have, if you will. Do you see the pyramids? How do you think those were built, and who do you think built them? It wasn't white men. No white man built the pyramid. I guarantee you that much. I'll bet my life on it. It was probably African American and Moorish descendant. The Moorish descendant, like I said, is a combination of the Indian and African American race. That's what it truly is. They're very similar, but with that being said, it's really messed up.
Hey YouTube, I just wanted to make a quick video on a subject that I've been researching and studying and looking up, and
oh, come on, that was a lie. Hold on, y'all. Look at that. I rebuke the devil.
Stole it. It's no doubt that
hey YouTube, I just wanted to make a quick video on a subject that I've been researching and studying and looking up, and one that's been bothering me. And that's who the true Hebrew Israelites are. I'm a Christian. But I find it sickening that I've been at a church where there's a picture of a white man hanging on the wall that is not my Messiah. I will gladly and humbly bow to the true color of the Messiah. I would rather bow to the true Messiah than a false image. And to the African Americans, Native Americans, the 12 tribes that don't know who you are, now you do. The Ashkenazi and Khazar Jews, they're the ones that have been ruling everything for so long. I'm considering leaving Christianity and taking the different and true path. I'll pray to the Most High and to my Messiah and let them lead me the way. But hopefully I will become a sister to each and every one of you. I confess and repent for what my forefathers have done. And I pray that the true Hebrews get back what rightfully belongs to them.
But first, understand how Israel in history got wealthy. First, I'll start with the Bible. And in this, again, I'm not a teacher. I'm going to say these things and you're going to point to what you already know because you're already studying diligently and doing the work. But some things have been missed in the confusion of how to do it. The way it happened, it was about 500 years before Christ. The Ashkenazi Jew in Genesis 10, you all know, migrated down and mixed in. This is the land of Ashka. The snake people are demon worshippers. These are the ones who went into the tribe of Levi. They weren't all corrupt. The top ones who had the whole village move were the corrupt ones. And the way Israel got wealthy, we'll see as this unfolds. And you're supposed to do the same thing today, not getting into Bitcoin. He says you have no heart in this world. And there is a way. It's the way that we've been doing it. And in 3 years, we got over $70,000 between about 7 or 8 people. 2 hairdressers, a bartender, all low jobs, tip earners, 70 grand. Bought land, cleared it, put a road in, you name it. Now it's got power, electricity, generator power, solar, you name it. How do you do this? How did we do it? According to the Word. So what's the Word have to say on this? I've got to go back and see how these guys got rich today because they stole it from you. The Black Hebrew Israelites. The Black Hebrew Israelites. Black Hebrew Israelites. Black Hebrew Israelites. How did they do it? Well, they infiltrated in Genesis 2. 9 Picture the town, innocent people. Let's call it the mayor and the city council. Warburgs, Rothschilds, Drexels, Schiffs. These guys went into the land of Judea, and they went into the tribe of Levi. 3 generations in, 300 years, they were predominant. They became the money changers. No more sacrifice for you guys. It was always personal sacrifice. Now, they took it, and now they're going to take your money and make you. And that's why Christ went and whipped them. The only time he used violence. Den of thieves. That's why when he said the truth will set you free in the verse, to identify them. Why have you come here, they said. He says, I have come to free you from your bondage. We are sons of Abraham. We have never been slaves at any time. They were never in Egypt. So now through the generations on, we get that established. In 1100 AD, now the history lesson. In 1100 AD, they were ready to go down and try to take Jerusalem again. They were up in the area of Turkey. But just before they left, they knew that they heard the Vikings were coming down.
And so I lost a lot of faith during that time and pretty much walked away from like deep down inside I knew I still believed, but I was done with going to church. There was too much hypocrisy and it didn't feel right. So late in 2016 is when I hear that the black people brought here on the slave ships could possibly be the same people that the whole Old Testament is written about, the Israelites. And so I started to research that and read and watch videos and read things online. And it, especially after reading Deuteronomy chapter 28, the first half of the chapter is the blessings that Israel will receive if they just keep the commands. That's all they had to do. And then the second half is the curses that are going to fall on them if they don't keep the commands. Please go read those. Go read those and think about what these people have been through since day one of arriving in this country as slaves. And you just make up your own mind and pray about it and see where the Father leads you on that. That's all I can say. For me, personally, this is my journey, and for me, it brought the scriptures alive to me. Like, I believed it. Like, these are, to me, his people that are still living this curse because they haven't been keeping the law. They don't worship the Father alone anymore. But anyway, this brought the scriptures alive to me. And from there, I then began on this journey of learning.
What if I were to tell you that this whole time you've been supporting the Israelites and Israel because of your Christianity? You've actually been supporting the wrong group. Because the true Israelites are black.
What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Ball Beezy, and today I want you guys to learn something very different. I want you guys to know that if you are African American descent, right, you are a Hebrew Israelite, so called in the Bible. If you are a so-called African American, you are a Hebrew Israelite in the Bible.
I gotta say this. I had a lot of people come and say to me in my comments, people of color are the chosen people. They are the true descendants of Israel. They are the true Israelites. You'll never get an argument out of me. I can get with that. Why can I get with that? It's really kind of common sense if you think about it. Jesus Christ himself wasn't white, right? The origin of people, going all the way back to Adam and Eve, they weren't white people. We all know this. For anybody that's on here trying to deny that and thinks that Jesus or any of the people in that time were white, get a clue. Get a clue.
Get a clue.
Sunday, a good day to correct some false teaching and lies that you've been told while sitting in church or even watching movies, reading books. Moses, chosen by God, given the 10 Commandments. Most of the laws are based on that today. Even your Constitution in America some of it is based on the 10 Commandments. Moses, born in Africa, raised by Africans. Moses was a Hebrew, an Israelite, and a black man. All Hebrews were black.
Why do you need Jesus to be black? I don't need him to be black. Revelations 11 through 14 describe him as black. He's also a direct descendant of Zipporah, a black Ethiopian Jew. And the Jewish people of Judea at that time were descendants of the slaves that left Egypt, Africa. Now, the archaeological evidence supporting my point are the numerous art and statues that depict people of Judea as being black. Perfect example of this, Moreneta Montserrat, brought to Catalonia, Spain, when there was, I want to say, 0 black people in Spain, and depicts Mary and Jesus as black. Jewish, yes, is an ethnicity. Jesus was ethnically Jewish, of course, and I want to remind you that ethnicity and race aren't the same thing. This is also an assumption that black people that are Jewish are less Jewish because of their blackness. There has been black people that have been Jewish for as long as people have existed. Question, why do you care that I'm saying that Jesus is black? Is it because you don't want to realize that you were praying to a black man while continuing to support the systemic oppression of black people in America?
The eyes of man, you must look at your life. Look at your life through heaven's eyes.
So I want to get into some real serious shit, alright? You ready for this? So I know everybody's heard about Hitler and how he killed 6 million Jews or whatever, the Holocaust, this and that. So you guys have to remember who wrote history, right? You guys have to remember whoever writes history is the person who won. Whoever won, whatever war it was, whatever conflict, that's who gets to write what happened. So I've heard a recording saying when the people find out what Hitler was actually doing, that will start World War III. So the Jews, the white Jews are not Jews. The real Jews are the black people.
Black people. Black people.
All praise to the Most High God. There you have it, y'all. You gotta take care, repent, and get the Lord to praise. All praises to the Most High God, creator of heaven and earth. And with that, shalom.